in the hills. We shall never surrender. And if, which I do not for a moment believe, this island or large part of it were subjugated and starving, then our empire, beyond the seas, armed and guarded by the British fleet, would carry on the struggle until in God's good time, the new world, with all its power and might, steps forth to the rescue and the liberation of the old.
What's up, guys? I hope everybody's having a great Saturday night. I hope you had a great week. Our clip there was Winston Churchill in his landmark speech convincing Parliament to continue with their efforts to not give up and surrender to the evil forces of Hitler. This was a man who, faced with bombings of his own country, faced with the attacks that were coming against the people that he swore to protect, stood up and said, no matter what their forces look like, no matter what they've got against us, we will never surrender. He even went so far as to say that even though he didn't believe it for a moment, that they lost everything in England, that they lost everything in Britain, that the forces of the enemy, that Hitler and his Nazi regime overwhelmed their island and subjugated them in the time of war, that they would still hold out hope that the new world, that's us by the way, America, would come to the aid and deliver them in time. How indicative is that of this era that we're living in? That no matter how opposing the forces seem, how strong they are, that we hold out and we don't give up and we don't give in. Even if we believe that we might fail, even if we believe that with our last dying breath, that we might not overcome the enemy that is in this world and what they're trying to do. Even though I don't believe that for a moment, we hold out hope that the other country will come and will rescue and bring us out of our torment. I've been giving a lot of thought today and yesterday to the problem of our media and our social media in particular being run by this group of fascists and socialists that want to squelch the voice of freedom, that want to crush down anybody who has a difference of opinion than them and doesn't necessarily agree with everything that they are trying to put into place, the harmful ideas that they're trying to push against our will. And for the longest time, the mindset has been, just don't use any of this stuff. Stay off of it. Stay away from it. It's run by bad people. And I get that mindset. I really do. I understand that mentality. Let me read you scripture. In Deuteronomy 6:10 through 11, the Bible said, and it shall be, when the Lord thy God shall have brought thee into a land which he sware unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give thee great and goodly cities, which thou buildest not, and houses full of all good things, which thou fillest not, and wells digged, which thou diggest not, vineyards and olive trees, which thou plantest not, when thou shalt have eaten and be full. The passage goes on to warn that once you've gone into this system that was built by somebody else and God gives it to you to overcome and to overtake, don't forget who brought you here. Don't forget who brought you out of affliction and out of bondage. I'm going to propose something here, and everybody listening to me, I want you to pay close attention. This is a challenge. Instead of only fleeing the enemy where they have inhabited and focused their evil forces, why don't we take it over? Why don't we push back? Like at the Battle of the Bulge, the day of Normandy, when the Allied forces pushed back against the Germans and the Nazis that were trying to have a stranglehold on that continent. Instead of running away from the enemy, let's overpower them. Why don't we get on here? And everybody who's listening to me, I encourage you to do this. Open up a YouTube channel. Start making videos. It doesn't matter if you feel like you're not eloquent, you don't have a lot to say. Let's drown them out with our voices. Even if they might own and try to push a bad idea, let's make sure that it doesn't happen without us being heard, without our voices going out into the internet and into all these places where people can hear it and know that there is a resistance. There are people who are not just going to roll over and show our bellies and say we might as well give up because they've got the money, they've got the technology, they've got the exposure. Let's take what we didn't build and make it into something, a powerful moving force. Let the army of God, let the army of conservatives, let the army of Republicans, let the army of those Americans and patriots that want to hold on to what this country is be a mighty moving force and take this thing, let's turn what the devil made for evil into good. I'm not telling you to get on here and to have all kinds of fun and to make ridiculous things. I get how technology and this kind of thing can be a waste of time and a tool of the enemy. But I have a proposal for everybody listening to me. Open up a channel. Start a channel. Start making videos. Let me know in my comments. Let me know down in my comments. I'll subscribe to you. You subscribe to me. We'll watch each other and be accountable to one another to where we don't just go off the rails. We'll make sure that our messages coincide with each other. We'll make sure that our voices are being linked together. We'll support each other. And here's what will happen. If you get on and you start your page, you start your channel, and I like you, and I subscribe to you, and you like me, and you subscribe to me, and more people start getting on and liking and subscribing to each other, we'll build something that'll go viral to where the entire world will not be able to ignore the fact that there are people who still have these American dreams and goals that don't just want to flush it all down the toilet. Let's not give up and just accept that these systems have to be given over to evil, that these platforms have to be given over to evil. Let's turn them into wells that we drink from that we didn't dig. Let's turn them into cities full of good things that we didn't build. And a powerful force for our movement, for America first, for everyone who has been run over and disenfranchised by this far movement that wants to rake over the coals everyone that doesn't just agree with what they've got to say. Don't give up. Don't be quiet. Let's do this together. Everybody listening, do me a favor. Leave me a comment. Let me know that you're here. Tell me that you're starting something up. I'll support you. You can support me. We can build something that'll be a big deal that will not be able to be ignored. So in the spirit of Churchill, we shall fight them on Pinterest. We shall fight them on Facebook. We shall fight them on Instagram. And yes, we shall even fight them on YouTube. And we will never surrender. Thanks again for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave me a comment down below so I know when you're getting ready to get something started. And if not, just let me know that you're here and you're watching so I know who I'm talking to. Remember, everybody, stay prayed up, pray for our nation, and hold fast, and let's do something.